How you doing, YouTube? Policing Pips. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, so I wanted to just update you on what was going on and everything that has happened over the last few weeks. So hang out, check out the intro, and let's get into it. I've always heard lead with the bad news, but I like to go with the good news. I got this whole brand new setup ready to go. Brand new LG 34-inch curved ultra wide monitor and my Skytech gaming PC that I did a video on, and the link will be up above. I plan on doing a video of the monitor, so keep an eye out for that. Now for the bad news. So no, I know you've all been asking it, but the bad news is not my mustache. Okay, that's just new over the last few weeks. Now the bad news is actually that my funded count, I hit that trailing drawdown and I ended up losing it over the past few weeks. I tried to force in some trades that probably shouldn't have been there. The last few weeks have been very choppy for everybody, and some people have made a lot of money and some people got drawn down. So my period of drawdown ended up being at the perfect time of right as I got funded. So I'm gonna move forward with the trading combine again, get funded again, and then have a new plan of attack. Right, this is a channel all about transparency and a trading journey and honesty, and honestly I made some mistakes and I know what I did wrong, so we're gonna look to correct those mistakes and move forward as a trading team. I have a lot of guys and girls that are looking to get into this trading game and this line of work, and I do believe that it's a profitable business, and if you take it with that sense, then you're gonna do all right. There are gonna be times like this where there's hard times, but you could always get it back, right? Trading is a long-term game, and I'm not in it for just short-term quick profits. So I'm trying to do this as a career. So hopefully moving forward we can grow this account again, and I'll keep you posted. Passing that trading combine again, it's not going to be a problem. I know I have a good strategy and I just got to stick to it. So moving forward today, I'm going to show you how I traded over the last few days with my new TopStep combine. I'm on day 3 or 4 at the moment, so we'll keep a look at that and we'll move forward from there. First, breakfast. So I usually make my own coffee and have it here in the morning, but I was a bit lazy today and it was nice out. I had a good trading morning, so I figured treat myself to a little Starbucks, get some food, and then roll back into these charts. So now that we're here, let's get into the charts. All right, so now that we're in the charts here, you can see today we opened up on the NASDAQ and on the S&P with a big run up, right? My strategy says that the first 5-minute candle, I'm not trading. I want to see a clear direction on the day, and I, didn't really quite see a entry for myself, okay? I have this solid move up here around, I guess that was around 8:30, and then we just kept going up and up and up. My first attempt at seeing an entry on the day here on the NASDAQ was right here at the round about, I guess it's the 15,495 level. I was looking to enter on this, maybe get one more pullback before I entered long. I did not take the entry at 95, and I didn't want to chase this because it just keeps running up and up and up. And some of the mistakes I've made over the past few weeks, as far as getting stopped out and stopped out and stopped out, and that's what made me end up losing the funded account. I apologize. So having lost the funding account, I wanted to have my strategy back to where it has been and what got me funded in the first place. So much of what I was doing was, if I would have missed this, I would try and chase it, and then I would end up getting stopped out on a pullback or something like that, and then it would continue on, and that's really where my detriment was when it came to that funded account. I traded my strategy was good. It's just a matter of getting whipped around a bit and not being able to withstand that drawdown, right? So I wasn't really too disappointed with my results. Obviously, it's not good to lose the funded account, but I also know that I do have a profitable strategy and I do know what I can do moving forward. So going back into today is I was looking at this entry. It came back down kind of quick. I was talking to one of my buddies and I was saying I would probably enter at 95 and I decided not to because it was a pretty strong push down and I didn't like the price action at the time. Obviously, looking back hindsight, it pushed up and then pushed up again. So really what I wanted to see was some basing patterns and continuations, or look for some signs of weakness and play that pullback to get some of these entries in. So like I said, you can see down here that I did make some solid moves today on the NQ, up 755, and I made one trade on the S&P, which put me up 100 up there. So I was up about 855 on the day, minus fees, so right around 800. I'm not trying to push it too hard. I want to make sure that everything is sound before I keep moving forward, right? So the second opportunity we had here was this basing pattern and continuation breakout. I also didn't take that one. I would have liked to have seen one or two more candles consolidate before the breakout, but the nice thing about this breakout and this consolidation here is it provided me with a value zone that I can now use moving forward with my trading, right? Once you get broken above these all-time highs down here, you don't have any real targets and you don't have any price action to work off of. So a lot of the value zones aren't there, and you're in price relative to value. It's very difficult to pick that target, right? So I didn't end up catching that one either because it didn't consolidate enough candles for me to get the entry, but you did get that nice breakout. And then I started to see some weakness at this high here. So once it reached this high here, we did start getting on the value area chart and the volume bars here on the right, you started to get some of these big bars and you had some consolidation down below, so there was room for it to run to the downside. My strategy here, I don't have it pulled up here, but I can pull it up on my Thinkorswim. I do have this squeeze indicator chart. The squeeze indicators help me understand when momentum is slowing and there possibly could be a top that I could start to fade, especially with this kind of bullish momentum that we had for the day. So you can see that here. And then if you go back into the chart, that was right around this time. So once I started to get this doji and the rejection, I figured I would try and at least catch some of this move down to the downside. And just based on the way price action was acting, I was pretty quick with trailing stops. And I ended up taking the short here, and I caught that for a decent amount, not too big of a profit, but maybe like a 100, 150-ish. So I was happy with that. And then on the next candle, I actually went down to the 1 minute because I started to see this consolidation happening within this zone. So I drew up this zone a bit, and then I took the long on this double bottom at this consolidation point here, which ended up taking me back up to this value, this point of control, this yellow line here. Also, another reason for me starting to understand that this momentum has slowed down is that this point of control used to be down low and down below all of this momentum. It flipped back to the top here. So that, to me, means that more orders are being placed up here and that people are potentially trying to get out of their long positions to take it short and secure their profits. So what I did was I just used that to my advantage. I took a long here, came back again, probably another couple $100. Nothing crazy, just trying to get some positive gains on the day. I did it one more time after I saw that we had the top of this consolidation. I took a short from here and then ended up trailing it out and getting stopped out for another 100. So I was up about 3. And then once I saw this consolidation continuing and the rejection, I placed a sell stop below the point of control, expecting that this, if it did sell below this point of control and below all these orders, that it was going to continue down to the downside and hopefully down to 15,545 was my next target in this value zone. I placed a second sell stop below the consolidation expecting that if it did sell through here, it would continue down through. I got triggered on this candle here for the first order, and then next candle immediately triggered back into the second order. So I had 3 contracts on, and then I decided to trail the stop sort of tight. Not tight enough, obviously. You know, I didn't catch this whole move. I only caught up to about $400 worth of the move, which is fine by me. Like, if the market's going to give me 400, I was going to trail it down to 5, but I wanted to see if I can give it some room to breathe and get down to my potential target here at this value zone that I have drawn up. All in all, I ended up getting stopped out and made what you see here, $755 total on those trades. I did enter on this retest a short, and that once it came back down, I went to break even. I only entered 1 contract just to see if this would have been a retest and a continuation. Obviously, it did not. It stopped me out of break even. I'm not really too concerned about that. That was really just a test on the retest and see if it would roll back over, which obviously you see in hindsight did not, and we're back above the value and continuing on to now we're back above the highs. So the momentum is still there to the upside, but it's nice to have some sort of consolidation like this moving forward, going for the values for the week moving ahead. So I like having levels like this because it helps me understand where price wants to go. Once I got out of that trade, that was it. I was done for the day, and I figured let me hop on here and give you a little breakdown of what I was looking at moving forward. As far as anything else is concerned, moving forward with the combine, I'm going to take it day by day, and we're going to try and pass as soon as possible, but also we're not going to force it, right? We are trading for the long term. This is an excellent tool. TopStep has been great. I do appreciate their rules. It helps you become a better trader. You just have to be consistent with your stops and make sure that everything moving forward is consistent, right?